The exit polls are in winner-loser announcements. Politicians have an upper hand on businessmen when it comes to commitments to their goals. Don't trust me? Watch this post to find out how and what businesses can learn from politicians. Welcome to Meet Chandu. Chandu graduated from college in 2003, shifted 5 different jobs in first 4 years of his career and ended up as a campaign staffer. Well, just to simplify, he connects with ground level voters like you and me, and this job demands your sheer dedication and many a times to trade your soul to the politicians. Chandu and many other campaign staffers work more than 12 hours often, does have no social life like many others. He is single and dedicated to a single goal, knows all the party's ideology and supports his leader with all his might every day, every single day. When it's 40 degrees Celsius in scorching heat, he is the one knocking on doors and going from one neighborhood to another to check the ground reality and ask for support for his leader. He does this every campaign season, which lasts almost 9 months before election. While knocking on every door asking for support, Chandu knows the next 10 doors can create a difference in his vote count, and he learned it the hard way. He was working as a primary campaigner for a state candidate in his district. The other candidates were well matched both politically and financially. Well, Chandu worked hard all season long right up to election night. So, when the polls closed at 5 o'clock, his work was finally done. He watched the returns come in from campaign headquarters for the next 2 hours. Well, at 9 o'clock, his leader was down by a handful of votes. He got in his car for his 90 minutes drive home. When he got home and turned on the television, he found out that now they were up by less than 5,000 votes. When he got up the next morning, they were still up but now by 6,200 votes. But they weren't done counting. It was just a close election. One day later, one ballot box center found 16,300 uncounted votes. Unfortunately, it was a region that favored his opponent. In the final tally, his leader lost by 12,300 votes out of over 1,24,000 votes cast. His margin of defeat was less than 1%. That was a pretty tough defeat at the tender age of 22. But that loss taught Chandu important lesson about goals and commitments. This is contrary to business. If a quarterly goal set by a company misses by a few percentage, it's still acceptable. Maybe you will get a slightly less bonus, but eventually everything will be fine and everyone will be retained. There won't be a layoff. There is no do or die situation. Poorly managed businesses with colossal funding and no profit are thriving as well. The competition is never for a single spot. Contrary to politics, even if you get 49% of the votes, everyone is out of business until the next campaign kicks off. But we have an incredible journey ahead at Judges Designer. Please like and subscribe to our channel. So what Chandu did do after this incident? Ever since that day, he's done two things differently. First, he tore out the pages of the daily calendar 5 or 6 months worth for every day up to election day. He posted those pages on the wall and wrote daily and weekly goals on them. How many phones call to make on this day, how many money to raise this week, how many people to meet, or how many doors to knock on. And he tracked progress against those goals every day. The second thing that he did was that every morning when he got up, he asked himself, what will I do today to affect what happens on election day? And when he went to bed at night, he'd ask himself, did I win or lose today? Did I do more or less than my competition? How you can implement this in your organization? Make goal clear and unambiguous like in politics on election day. And short-term tracking goals weekly or even daily to help motivate performance. Check out how Sundar Pichai nurtures the value to add $1.11 trillion to Google net worth in our next video. Please do like our videos, subscribe and don't forget to press the bell icon.